Hello everybody, my name's Takriva and welcome to Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth, playing as Polystralia. If you want to see what kind of setup you can make in the game, there are 1,000 different ways to get your civilization rolling on this new planet. You can check out the previous episode 0, but for now let's get actually down to business and start exploring with this explorer unit we have. And first things first, this gas you see flowing here is miasma, which is quite dangerous to us, and it's actually beneficial to the aliens. If you end your turn in it, you will take 10 damage every turn. And you try to stay out of it. Workers need to get a certain tech to be able to clear it. But for now, our worker is just going to build a plantation here on the fruit. The fruit currently produces us 2 food and 1 production, and it will grow to 3 production after that. So our first research, we kind of cannot build a colonist right now. I would like to. Also, this allows us to get trade depots as well as trade convoys and trade vessels, which are special ability of getting 2 bonus trade routes in our capital. Is basically almost necessary. Pioneering is probably almost always going to be the first tech you choose to research, unless you picked it from the start already. Finally, production. We have the decision to... We could either build another explorer or a soldier or the old Earth relic, which is basically the new monument. And I think we're going to go with an explorer for now, so we can see more of the country, of the nation, well, of the planet early on. And here's the first AI landing on turn 1.
Iskawaran, the African people greet you.
I like you. I like you, yes. I like him. Africa has landed, the African Union, so I shall say my goodbye for now and get more exploring. Here we have already found some petroleum used by many orbital units. Okay, and here's geothermal, the other one. And it doesn't say what that one uses, but it's probably something useful. And here's both our first alien discovered, the alien wolf beetle over here, as well as a resource pod, which is basically the new goody hut. It's like an ancient ruin in Civ 5, and all the way since Civ 2 or Civ 1, maybe even, they've been called goody huts by the fans of these games. Inside the pod you found a collection of goods and luxuries from old Earth that your people never thought they would see again. These rally and refocus your people, providing 25 culture, so we already get our first virtue. Now, virtues like social policies a little bit, but there are less but more at the same time. They are divided in 4 categories. You have might, which is basically military strength; prosperity, which is growth and expansion; knowledge, which is science; and culture, apparently, so that gives you those bonuses; and industry, which is productivity and economy. And being well, our nation is quite focused on economy, so I'm probably going to start with industry, but I also like the colony initiative that gives you free colonist units. We're going to start with 10% production towards buildings here in industry and work our way down. Now, the way that these tiers on the left side and the policies themselves work is that when you get 5 in industry, any 5, you will get a synergy bonus. In this case of industry, it is 10% energy in every city. So you want that's the reason to go deep into a tree. But on the side you see also these numbers and these things. If you get 6 tier 1 virtues, that's any in the first 5 of all of the columns, you get another virtue for free. So going deep into one tree and focusing on one is what you did in Civ 5 is not necessarily as good as it is in here in Beyond Earth. Anyway, let's see, resource pod, new quests. Oh, gifts from home. Our sponsor had the foresight to send resource pods ahead of our expedition to be waiting when we arrived. Parts of a large research instrument have been found in this pod. The other pieces are probably around here somewhere. So we want to find more pods for an extra bonus once we do get more found. The alien is back in sight. Let's explore a little bit south. Our next explorer will go north/east. At least the first guy landed reasonably far away, so... Ah, there's a second resource pod. Whoa, that is a... Oh, that's just 3. It looks bigger than this one, but it's maybe because the camera isn't focused on it. We have a lot of Pharaxite around us, which might mean we go for the supremacy route. I was thinking about it, playing a game earlier, and maybe early on, if you want to focus on a specific affinity, it is best to focus on something you have multiple resources of available at the start or close by. You found a basic satellite still intact and enough rocket fuel for it to reach escape velocity. A free solar collector is now ready to launch. And a solar collector is basically bonus... our second explorer is done, actually. Yeah, I want to not stop in the miasma because it hurts. So solar collector is a satellite that gives +1 energy on every tile beneath it for, I think it's 60 turns, possibly. Not sure if you can actually see. Oh yes, 0 out of 60. So for 60 turns, this solar collector will give us a bonus to our energy and all the tiles underneath it, as well as a 20% modifier on the city that it is hanging above. So we're now making 5 energy per turn, and I think we should get an old Earth relic. It's a little bit like regular Civ 5 start, get 2 explorers and then get your monument. Well, usually most of the time you get a warrior in Civ anyway. Found an outpost, a new quest. For our colony to prosper, we should consider expanding. And we should focus our efforts on researching how to create new outposts for the colony. Well, we're working on it. The thing is, the quest system in the game gives you a sense of purpose and a direction to go in. And it's also a way to deal with random events happening. Look, it's another resource pod. And we finished upgrading the fruit, so we have more food now, which means our city is going to grow in 1 turn. Oh my god, more oil, 7 petroleum, 5 petroleum. Yeah, I definitely want to get that. The city will eventually grow to 3 tiles, so we just miss out on all the petroleum right next door, which is a shame. Oh, we have a second landing coming in. We have Ciudadela, which is Brasilia.
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica le da la bienvenida.
Yeah, he looks a little bit paramilitary indeed, so the plus strength is actually not that strange for them. Construct a plantation, I would love to do that. And look, it's another resource pod that we're gonna pick up. So first this one. Gifts from home, 10 bonus science, that's nice. And more culture from that resource pod, which actually gives us our second virtue already. Quests completed, yes, virtue. So what I would like to get first is central planning, +5 energy in the capital. Just straight up is very, very, very strong. So here we go. Yeah, so now we're making 12 energy per turn. And that's why I said that the +100 at the start of the game is not that strong, because if you focus on energy, you can get it very quickly. And there are a lot of aliens here, which leads me to believe there's an alien nest around here somewhere. And we should be careful about those. And more culture yet again in a resource pod. And more petroleum yet again. I think that our second city location is going to be here. All the petroleum in the world and everything else. And also a crashed satellite. Oh. So satellites crash down and they land on the map. What they do is, and I'm going to send my explorer back, we have expedition modules which allow us to discover things and stuff on the map. Now, a crashed satellite can happen later in the game, so explorers actually stay useful throughout the game. Hey, look, more culture. We get our third one already, and I think we're gonna go with commoditization, which means +1 energy from every basic resource. And there are a lot of basic resources on the map. We already have 3 right around 4 around our capital. So these will give us even more energy. Now we're up to 13. So we are working these. Yeah, we are. Not bad. And we're gonna get the old Earth relic right now. Oh, whoa, what the hell just happened there? That was a meteor strike? What it looked like. Maybe you're gonna come back. Oh, wow, that's another crashed satellite. Wow. Going back to the exploration modules, you only have one on your explorer, but going back to your hometown will actually rearm it, and you can get a second one. Solid state citizen. A spacecraft plummeted through the atmosphere and crashed not far away. Where did it come from? Who built it? What was their intention? We'll find out in time once we have investigated the wreckage more fully. So for a quest we need to actually go and discover what happened there. We're still away from pioneering, and with this is why I like engineers so much. Already, just a few hours into the game release, you just get to build a lot more stuff early on in new cities, which is really powerful. Well, there hasn't been a new person landing in a while. Lots of resources everywhere. As you can see, using the toggle map menu, I have turned on resource icons, artifact icons, and trade routes. Trade routes you'll see once we get to them. And yeah, there are more things. You can have yield icons, but I think the map gets way too messy that way. And the hex grid, which actually shows you the hexes, but for cleanness, I like to keep it off. And we've connected to the other fruit that's in our range. Okay, so this seems like the end of that particular area of the continent, and let's start an expedition here. And we have built something on that, what was it again? Fungus? Mandira, which is the
temple doors of the Protectorate are open.
The Kavithan Protectorate, which is India. They're also, I think, on the other side of the ocean, it appears. I don't think I can build here yet. I might be able to, actually, but there is miasma, which is, of course, not that great. To start off with, you have the choice between a farm and a generator. The farm gives food, and the generator gives more energy. Let's see. Let's explore some more. How long did that expedition take? Only 5 turns for an expedition. Then we're gonna bring it back and take the other one there. Floatstone. That is the purity resource. There's a lot of floatstone in this area. Might see AI drop in here as well. Hopefully no one gets too close though. I'd like to take the Feraxite over here. Oh man, this is also a very strong location. Feraxite and floatstone. Also tubers, resin, basalt, titanium, more basalt, fruit, and more basalt here. Yeah, I think maybe going to this location might be priority, just to make sure that no one else goes there. That's why I like to play wide, get all the resources early on to use effectively. Let's keep moving around a bit. Ah, great, another resource spot. This soldier, I'm going to explore a little bit more on this side of the coast with him, while the other one is working on the crashed satellites over here. We have 4 turns until pioneering. Actually, another explorer might not be bad. Then again, I think I'm just going to build a clinic and then a colonist after that. I'm going to grow to size 3 already next turn. Ooh, there are again a lot of aliens here. We have the raptor bugs, the wolf beetles, and more wolf beetles. 40 free energy, always nice. So I think there's another alien hive down here. And you go there. Ah, the Xenomass, which is the Harmony resource. So you have Feraxite, Xenomass, and Floatstone. These are the 3 most important strategic resources. Your expedition team salvaged the wreckage of a crashed satellite of some kind. It had a protected cache of information from its observations in orbit, which your expedition team relayed immediately to your scientists for analysis. They were able to do preliminary research on a distant technology called organics. So if we look at this, here is organics. We already completed 192 out of the 770 research. Basically, at our current resource progress, we did almost 39 turns worth of research into that for free. Oh, that's, yeah, of course, zone of control still active. So that's why we couldn't get that movement so far. Well, we're rearming our expedition module to get the second crashed satellite
No
site.
village was ever ruined by trade.
I cannot say no to him and a cooperation agreement, which is the new name for a friendship, declaration of friendship. Oh my, here are some juicy city locations available. I think here on this river, then down here again. Yeah, we're gonna get to work pretty damn soon. Oh man, I need my colonists. That's why I'm also gonna get the bonus one from the affinity, this one, the colony initiative. And because you need a little bit of health and everything else to go along with it, it's not a bad idea to just postpone it a
The
little
universe
bit.
is either in progress or in entropy. We choose progress.
Our first research is done. A colonist, trade convoy, trade vessel, and trade depot. Especially the colonist, by the way. Oh my lord, there is so much. Yeah, I would still like to settle on the coast, of course, so this is maybe even a better location. And, hang on. 1, 2, 3. So this would all be picked up. Yeah, it would have a lot of overlap. That's the thing, if we're going to play wide, it's actually not that big of a deal. Clear miasma, alien biology is required to clear the miasma from this tile. We're going to build the plantation anyway, and then we go out of it to heal up after. Oh, there's a derelict settlement, which we can use for a exploration event as well. And we can choose research. I think it's a good idea to go for ecology, because we need alien biology to be able to clear the miasma as well. And there's only 19 turns now, so... Planetary survey is what you need to actually cross water and to build on water tiles. There's engineering for titanium, chemistry for oil. Geothermal needs geophysics, which is a little bit deeper into the tree. Well, into the web, I should say. Build an expedition. Oh, right, so the quest really focused on that specific site, which is still good that it did that. More aliens. Let's move back a bit then. And you start digging. Wow, it's still empty. There's still only 4 people on the planet, 4 civilizations. That's okay. Quest decision. Ooh, yes. The random quests do sometimes give you, well, more. What do we have here? An African Union explorer already. Production can be chosen. Yes, a colonist. We're 7 turns away from growth. I think this is a fine moment to start building that one. So, since opening our clinic, the populace has been split by an ideological divide. Securing and improving our new territory has put great strain on both our military and civil workforces, and both contend that the hazards they face should be offset by state-sponsored healthcare. Our fledgling colony does not have the resources to do both, which then has the greater need of aid. So we could provide care for defense workers, which gives city hit points from clinics everywhere, or provide care for civil workers, which provides another health from clinics. I think we're going to go with civil workers because, well, I kind of like the health to have. But the thing is, so buildings might not be as strong from the start, but through the quest system they made an ingenious way of personalizing all the buildings the way you would like to build your civ out in different directions. So choice is a really important thing in going to a different planet and choosing your own destiny. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more episodes of this, Civilization Beyond Earth, and other games in the future. I will see you guys later.